Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to episode 2 of the Audi TT Mark 1 build. So how our flexi hose is, these are the bits that we needed to obviously replace on the swinging arm, on the suspension, because they were absolutely knackered. They completely collapsed on the inside and weren't letting any fluid through. So we've now got to make up some lines to go into these with some double flares, and then we should be good to try and pressurise the brake system. So if we go down and have a look at what I tried to do off camera the other night, let's see whereabouts we are. Aha! Also, new brake caliper colour. Let me know your thoughts on that one. Looking at the colour wheel, this is kind of opposite to blue, so I think it should contrast quite well. And we've got some more dot 4 as well. So let's have a look. Hopefully you can see under there. So I've put a flared union on the brake line there and just left the brake line running for now, but we need to ultimately connect it into the flexi hose connector, which is there. So I'm going to rip this flexi hose out of the way, the old one, and I'll get the new one put in. Okay, so I've cut back that corroded brake pipe and I've replaced the hose and I've pinched it all up. So we're going to have a go now at see if we can pressurise the brakes and bleed off this caliper. Here goes nothing. Okay, so this is the pressure bleeder. So here's a reservoir bottle which has got brake fluid in. That connects to an air supply, in this case, which is the tyre, which I'll keep pumping up. Then we connected the cap onto the reservoir down there. And if I open up the air screw, you'll hear that, and you'll see the air bubbling out the top of the reservoir down there. And you can see it's now feeding brake fluid into the reservoir itself. So, okay, so I've got a tub. I've made sure the end of the line is underneath the brake fluid in there. I've connected it to the bleed nipple. What we're going to do now is just undo the nipple itself. And once I open the valve on that bleeder at the front, pressure bleeder, you should see this start to flow through. So that's now open and it's feeding the air through. So let's see if there's anything coming out. I might need to reinflate the tyre actually. So that's slowly starting to push the fluid through. We'll just leave that now until the pipes are full of brake fluid. Hello you, hello Kevin, this is Kevin the cat. See him in the last video. So we're just going to leave this now for the pipe to fill and flow with no bubbles. And we've fully bred that part of the system down then. So I've just pumped the brake pedal a little bit to build some pressure up. And you can see the air coming out of there now. And it's starting to fill the pipe. So I've had to take the charge pipe off. So there's the clamp here, this hose clamp, and another clamp at the back. If you pull the charge pipe forwards, you can actually get a screwdriver in down the back in the bracket, just hold it out of the way. Down past the power steering hose down here, down the side of the master cylinder. Pull this back, you can see there's a bleed nipple there. If we pull this forwards, let's try and get this hose collapsed right down. Down there, there's another bleed nipple down there. So what I've used to get onto that is my ratchet with a flexible head on it and a 7mm socket. So that's 7mm flip over the bleed nipple and you can actually get it undone. And all I've done is just let it bleed out into the engine bay. I've got a collection tray underneath. And I'll run some soapy water down this side of the engine once I'm done, just to make sure it flushes any brake fluid away so it doesn't corrode anything long term. So if we go back into the car now, without touching it, it's got brake fluid on my hands. Oh, if we look at the pedal, that's about as far as I can push it now, about halfway. It's quite firm. and it's springing back nicely. That's really built up pressure now, so I'm happy with that, really happy with that. And if we go around and just double check our fittings, I bled this pressure bled this rear brake off as well. I've already bled the front two brakes yesterday. And if we check that fitting there, that's bone dry. That fitting's bone dry there. Banjo, there's nothing coming out of that, which is cool. We know there's no leaks because we wouldn't get pressure. The slightest leak, it wouldn't build pressure. These things built 1,000 on the inside, so they'd be a telltale giveaway. No, that is absolutely bone dry. That's bone dry. So is that. So I'd say that's a success. Happy days. I was really worried about having to swap that master cylinder out because major carnage in the engine bay. I want to get it in for MOT. FYI, I've had to move the MOT back. It's now this Tuesday because parts were an issue. So that's all the charge pipe and everything fitted back in, all the clamps done up. Now I've just been having a quick look around the engine. It's the first time I've had the engine cover off, which is rare for me. I usually dive straight in there. But if you have a look at the injectors, 1, 2, that one's not too bad there, but that one's soaking. So 3 out of the 4 injectors have got leaky seals, so I'm gonna have to do them. It doesn't seem to be much. It might be okay to get it through MOT, but I'll order some seal kits for them and get them refitted. Right, so we've got a bit of travel in the brake pedal, a bit too much for my liking. So you'll keep telling me that I need VCDS to actuate the ABS system, and then some others have been saying take it on a gravel road, something that's not got much grip. Well, we've got the next best thing. We've got about an acre of land here to mess around on, so let's get it on the grass, hit the brakes a few times, get the ABS to kick in. On the gravel. Well, it's braking well. Just got a bit of play in the pedal, like I said. Right, one more trip around the grass. My wife would kill me if she seen me doing this right now. But Shannon. And that has brought the travel right up on the brake pedal. So if we look at the brake pedal now, that's topping out there, or bottoming out there. As I said before, it's going right down to the floor. So I think that should be good enough for MOT. And once I've got that on, there's a nice gravel road just up the track from here, and we'll go give it a bit of Colin McRae on there, and hopefully that should get the rest of the air out of the system. Right, so I've just very, very quickly done the first light, so I'll show you how I did that on the second one, but you can see the difference. Look, huge difference. It's literally took 10 minutes. So I'm going to get it masked up, and then we'll work over some 1200 wet and dry to start off with. So we're just giving it final work down with some 1200. And then we'll move to the next grade, which is 2000. And then we'll finish it off on a 3000, and then we'll go to compound polishing. I'm not doing an amazing job on these. I want to crack the lights open and give them proper refurb, because there's actually stuff inside of them which I need to get out. So there we go. Now this paper here is the, just check. Okay, all right, it's a 3000, I was wrong, so I'm going straight to a 3000. And then we'll go for the compound polish. wipe over the cloth. Let's see how it looks. That's a lot better. It's just got rid of all the yellow in the light. That's what we want. Now we're going to hit it with compound polish. Let's see how it comes up. Just wash that away. I'm just using the Maguire's cutting compound on this. It's only a very light abrasive, so it won't cause any damage to the lens. Put a decent amount on. Smear it over the light so it doesn't spray everywhere. Let's see what the result is. I've got rid of all the yellow in anyway, and well, definitely passed the MOT with regards to the lights now, which is what we want. And like I said, if we get close in here, look, so there's bits actually inside the light there, like dead bugs or whatever it is, I don't know what I've got in there. Obviously through the back seal, and then we look, this one's particularly bad here. If we're coming close there, look, see all these? We've got to get them out. But yeah, this is just to get through the MOT. That should about bring us about ready for MOT, apart from the two front tyres that we do need to get changed, but I'll do them on the way to the MOT centre. So today's Saturday, MOT tests on Tuesday, so hopefully she'll fly through. Just give her a good clean all the way around. So that rash on the bonnet's still looking nasty. I'll get that into the body shop to get that done. I'll pull them stupid stickers off. I'll get the heat gun in a minute on them. But she's looking pretty smart, to be fair. Lovely. Right, let's test these lights and see if it's made any difference. Right. Side lights, full main beams. That is so different compared to what it was doing before. It was letting barely any light out. That's with the front driving lights on, or fog lights. Got our rear fogs on. There we go. So, one thing I wanted to clarify for all you TT bods on here, that was half, just over half, I think, when it was first delivered on fuel. That's now literally hovering just above the red. I've only started it a handful of times on the drive and taken it a little pootle like half a mile up the road and back. Is that normal? I mean, I've had some pretty thirsty cars. Probably the worst I've had in my time is the RX-8, the rotary. That 13B engine drank fuel. It literally cost me like £5 just to start the damn thing. But this is kind of like that kind of fuel consumption just by starting it and leaving it warm up on the drive. Let me know in the comments. I'm not sure. I've never had one of these before, so I don't know how that BAM engine kind of drinks fuel. from what I've read, it gets kind of 30 to 38 miles per gallon. Just obviously not standing still. Anyway, let me know. So hopefully that should be all our MOT preparations done now. The braking system's complete and finished and refreshed, and the lights have been sorted out. I've got the clamp just turned up now for the battery, so I'll get that fitted and get that permanently secured. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed what you've seen. Leave me a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Catch you guys next time. Cheers.